All right, I'm going to show you something kind of funny that I did today, fixing up this old 1930s Delta drill press. Modern tools, modern power tools, always have something right on the front with a stop and a go, red and green. Right there, safe. You get in trouble, boom, it's off. This machine came with a smaller box than this, with just a little metal toggle as a switch on the all the way in the back near the motor. So you're over here and you're doing your work and you're drilling, and you get wrapped up, or the wood spins around and hits you in the arm and breaks your arm or something, and you can't turn it off because it's too far away and it's not safe. So when they made this machine, they made an accessory that mounted on a couple of loops, and it was just a metal rod that went to the switch. So I made one today, and I slipped a 1/2-inch steel tube through an eye bolt with the same thread that the belt shield had these bolts. So I found an eye bolt, I cut it to shape, bent it into a proper shape so that it would hold this tube firmly, ran the steel tube all the way to the motor mount slot, and I squeezed the end of the tube in a vise so that it would tap in. So it's really solid in here. It's moving around a little bit because I wanted to have play, and I'll show you why I wanted to have a little play. But this thing here is a really solid rig. And what happens now is you pull this, it pulls this forward and turns on the switch. This part will wind up at the back, and the thing will turn on. Watch, it's pretty cool. And you'll see that it's solidly behind the switch. And when I go to push it to turn it off, the part that turns off the switch is also sitting firmly at the base. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to worm some heat shrink tubing around this and hit it with a soldering gun, just so that this is softer and that it won't hurt the plastic on the switch. But now when I'm working right here, right in the front of the drill, on, off. Simple as that. I'm going to just drill a little 3/16 hole in a little piece of rosewood, make a little wooden handle for this. That's the last thing I'm going to need to do. So you'll see, you know, when you're working with these old power tools, it's important, and some of you guys I know are into old tools, and that's why I'm posting this video. You don't want to have a power tool where you're near something rotating at high speed where you could get hurt, or your tie could get wrapped around the the drill bit, because we all know we're making instruments in our ties. But you can't reach that switch to turn it off. You need that on-off switch right in the front of the tool to be safe. So there you go. It's not fancy, but it's sort of a Rube Goldberg. Utilizing the tapped threads in the housing, a steel bar, and another steel rod. There's no way that's going to ever be a problem. And so for those of you guys who are out there retroing old tools and stuff, I just wanted to share that with you. This thing's ready to roll now in the shop.